guys, it's Natasha with WitchyStitcher. Thanks for stopping by again. It's a little dark in here, so the lighting's gonna be a little crazy, but you know, we'll work with it. It's been one of those months, you know, it's just something happens after another, and before you know it, it's been 4 weeks. My bad. And it's probably still gonna be a hot mess because I'm still in my gym clothes, just got back from the gym. Dishwasher's going in the background. Brian's packing because he leaves for London tomorrow. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, but I have a lot to show you. So, cause I've been stitching up a storm. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on in it, and then whatever little itty bitty life updates I have will be at the very end. And this is playtime for cats. Oh well. Okay, so I don't have any FFOs, but I have an almost FFO because I have a start and finish. And so this is, I just call it pumpkin spice. It's on the plastic. I don't even know what it's not like perforated plastic. It's the plastic with the holes in it. And stitched these up, and then I went ahead and cut them out. Where's my camera? Oh, there we go. And I'm gonna file down the edges, and I'm gonna put felt on the back of them. I need to borrow Brian's knife and cut out the handle there. But I'm gonna, you know, felt up the back because that, yay. Yeah, I just showed it back. Doesn't look the greatest, but then I'm going to attach this to a string, so it's, you know, like a tea bag kind of, I guess. And then I'll put a little ornament, so it's gonna hang like an ornament. So yay, fun, love it. That turned out great. I don't know if I will stitch on plastic again anytime soon, because I like to be able to sew, and you can't do the sewing method with plastic. But it was fun, so I'll take it. So that's start and finish. But then I also had a finish of Autumn Acorns by Michelle Bendy. Was able to pull that one out, and this one I'm going to turn into a needle book and then send to her. And it's really cute. It's done on, I want to say this was 28 count. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 28 count. Mystery linen. It came in a pack of fabric that I got on eBay, and I'm still kind of working my way through that. So yay, it's lasting. But I love those colors. Take a look at that. This cute little squirrel up there on that purple flower. I love the browns in it, and those cute acorns around the outside. It's cute. It's all around cute. I feel like I've said cute like 12 times about just this project. Moving on. So those are my finishes. But I've got not one, but 2 piles of WIPS to show you, because I've been working on a lot. Thanks to Fandom Stitching. I'm sure you've heard from a couple other people. I think Sarah from I Swear I'm Stitching is in it. I can't remember which one she is, which group she's in. I want to say Dwarf, but I'm probably wrong. And then Wild Woman is in, she just joined. And then I feel like Anna's Books and Stitches is also in the group. I know Michelle Crafter is because she's in my group. Erica, the Stitchy Studio, she's in there. There's a lot of Flosstubers in it. Oh, Stitched by Liz, she's in there. I want to say, I think she's a dwarf, and then maybe Sarah's an orc. I don't know. I'm a hobbit, and I'm loving it. But the theme this year is the Lord of the Rings, and our monthly challenge for October was to do 13 days, stitch on a different project, and stitch on one project for 13 days. So I touched a lot of different projects. It was fun. Anyway, the first one that I worked on was Starry Night Bottle. And I don't have all of the names for each of these, so I'm gonna put right there the designer. I feel like I got this one from, oh my goodness, what is that? Zephyr Mood. Yes, love Zephyr Mood over on Etsy. Pretty sure that's who it was. And I remember getting this and showing it to Nicole from STEM X Stitch, because this just made me think of her, because she started doing the little portraits, or the paintings, the mini masterpiece whatnots that, of course, now I'm doing those as well. But this made me think of it, so did her, yada yada, long story short, now I'm stitching it. This is what I had done last time you saw it. I think you've seen it. If you haven't, then I will have put a blurb up making fun of myself somewhere. But anyway, this is where I am. A lot of confetti, the blue and gold, but it's that beautiful blue that I love, that navy, 820 blue. I'm never gonna forget the number of that color because it's just so pretty. But this is, it's gonna, be the Starry Night inside of the bottle. And I think I was doing color scheme on this. Like I had to do, in blue for a weekly prompt, I believe. No, this one, the prompt was to stitch something in a bottle. Yeah, we get really creative with our prompts over there. Well, the judges do. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. This is like oatmeal, 18 count, Ada, again, just from the pack that I got on Etsy or on eBay, so it's mystery. That's how I roll. Oh man, the pile to put all this stuff away, that's gonna be fun. Whew, it's worth it. It's all worth it. The next one that I stitched on is this wedding collage kit. It's a Janlynn, I think. Yeah, Janlynn kit. Comes with everything, fabric, floss, yada yada. And this is where it was last time you guys saw it. I think all I had worked on at that point was the lace border. And so I went to the interior and I got some of that green in. So this is gonna be a wedding cake here. And I believe over here is gonna be, what is that? I got it right in front of me. Birds, yeah, it's gonna be birds. So this is the wedding cake and birds right there. These two turtle doves, we'll call them. I don't know anything about birds, but that's some progress on that one. Ooh, but I'm really excited to show you this next one. So this next one I work on is this Joyous Season by Plum Street, and this is the Sal. It's Stitch This Joyous Season that I'm doing with Mrs. Smith Stitches and Stitching is Elementary. I believe Katie the Novel Stitcher is also doing it. Yes, she's doing it. I'm not exactly sure who all is doing it, but those are the three main ones that I know of. And I literally cannot put this down. So this is where it was the last time you saw it. And just wait. Just wait. Because this is fantastic. So granted, a lot of this was done because of the 13 days in October. All of the brown that I'm about to show you was done with the 13 days in October. I think I did like 800 stitches in one day. Couldn't put it down. The rest of it is for November because November's prompts are based on color. And the biggest one is to stitch 2,000 stitches in red. And there's a big house. And I did all 2,000. Guys, I almost have a house. Check it out. Oh my gosh. And this is the first one that I'm actually stitching in silk, and I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, man, I wish that I had ironed this one. This linen holds the wrinkles like no other. I believe it's a hazelnut 32 count X2, I believe. Oh, I love that house. Look how ginormous that house is. Y'all, that's bigger than my house. That's some stately bricks right there. I love it. And I don't want to put it away. I'm done with my 2000 red, but I want to keep going. So I might use it for green. I might use it for brown because there's some more brown in there. I mean, we've still got, what else have we got? Where did I put that? It's over here. Okay. Oh yeah, I could totally use that for green. Look at all those trees. Yeah, come on. I guess if I have to. Dwight, I need that. No, I need you to get down. Like down. Yeah, so this is going back in a bag that I made. I've been making some project bags as well. I love these colors. Love these two colors together. This turned out so well. So well, in fact, that the remainder of it, I think I'm gonna turn into a corset for my LARP. We'll see how far along I get on that one, but that's the plan. Plans, right? You know how those turn out. Next WIP is Wizard of Oz, and this is a Hade, Heaven and Earth design, for those that don't know. And I also got quite a bit done on this one as well. So here's where it was the last time you saw it, and this one was my main piece for October, so I had to work on it 13 days. I had to do 100 stitches every day for 13 days in October, and it helped because look at that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm freaking out about my own stitching. It's all good. Everybody can fawn over whatever they want. Oh, I made the grime guard. Oh man, got my needle minder from Two Needles Pulling Thread, Missy and Kathy. This is so much fun. This is addicting. I want to come home every night and work on my full coverage. And I'm already telling my husband, hey, you don't know what to get me for Christmas. You can get me fabric that's pre-gridded so I can don't have to do all my markings, and I can start all of the 10 or so full coverage projects that I bought. I'm addicted. Oh, and I knew I would. I mean, the people out there that stitch full coverage, stitching big things with Hallie, oh my gosh, so many amazing projects. She's probably the first one that got me hooked. But then, you know, Marjorie May did her Rip My Whip. Actually, this, Marjorie, this has definitely been a Rip My Whip because this is all I want to work on. I don't want to, I mean, granted, I have a lot of stuff that I'm showing you, but I don't want to work on anything else. I want to pull this out every single night. So yeah, I guess hashtag Rip My Whip. Oh man, if you've not tried a full coverage, just try one. They're a lot of fun. This is, all right. I'll be working on that later tonight, if I must. Oh my goodness. Okay. Next one I worked on was the Frosted Pumpkin Cottage by WitchyStitcher. And this one, I didn't get as much done on it. I believe it was, oh my gosh, I had to frog a lot of it. That's what it was. I'm frogging so much on this project. I think I told you last time that I had to frog like a whole line of it and then stitch it all back in. Here's where it was last time you saw it. And I think I had to do that again on this. And so it's aggravating me, but I've seen other people finish it. I believe Erica, the Stitchy Studio, she, if she didn't finish it, then she just got pretty far along. And so now I'm like super motivated to keep going on it. So I might put it aside though for a little bit because I do have other things that are kind of like more prominent coming up, like things I have to give people. And Christmas stitching, but here's where it is now. And this is on that 40 count linen that I dyed with Rit dye, that just the gray color there. So only thing I've got going on it is the black, a little bit of green in the eaves, but I mean black's kind of major. Actually, I have to do black and I have to do gray. So the prompts for November, you stitch on or with that color. So like with the red, I stitched with red floss, but this, like for gray, stitching on gray counts. So, and what are the numbers? Let's see. 600 white, 350 black, 400 gray. So there's, I could do 750 on that. 700 brown. We'll see about that one. 2K red, 800 blue. Ooh, I got a good one for that one. 400 green. I could pull greenhouse out for that one, I bet. Yeah, because that's that green fabric that I dyed. And then 900 yellow. Oh, that's gonna be a rough one. We'll see. 200 purple. I already did that one. I'll show you that. And then 400 pink. I don't do pink. I'll find something. I'm sure I will. But those are the numbers of stitches we have to get. And again, it's stitch with or stitch on. So floss or fabric. So that will be good to get quite a bit in for that. I could get 750 on that project alone by doing for gray and for black. So I'll do it. It's the only gray one I have, honestly. Okay, next one that I worked on is Amonita Witch, and this one is by, it's not Witch's Garden Crafts, because I said that last time and it was wrong. Mama Witch Cross Stitch. There's so many like witch cross stitch names, and I love all of their designs, so I gotta remember who's who. So this one is Mama Witch Cross Stitch, and this is where it was last time you saw it. And this is the one that I am making for a friend at my LARP that doesn't know it's coming. And she doesn't watch this, so she won't know. And this is done on a black 16 count Ada, and I got quite a bit versus quite far. I did a lot of stitching on this one, and so you can actually pull her face and hair and all of that out of there. And then I'm gonna be working on the ring of like flowers and leaves and mushrooms and stuff that are all around her. So good progress on that, but still a little bit to go. I don't think she's gonna get that one. She's definitely not getting that one in November. That one's gonna be a while. Maybe January. Let's shoot for summer of next year. We only meet 4 times a year, so what are you gonna do? Oh, and I forgot to say, I keep my Wizard of Oz in this bag that I made for that one. So there's another bag that I made, me-made bag, as Megan, Stitcher, likes to say. Let's look at my list. Now we move to pile number 2. Next one I worked on is the Bluey Sal, and this is one that they've got 2 of them out there, and I'm working on the first one. This is where it was the last time you saw it. Like, I had barely any of the frame. I can't really say that I have like flown past where I was, but I have more of the frame, and then I started in on the black from one of these boxes there. And this is just on a 16 count. Is that 16 count? Yeah, that's 16 count. White Ada. Generic, found at the craft store. So yeah, coming together little by little. And I'm like marking my stitches for the boxes. You can see that they're like so many stitches up versus over, and so I'm like gridding as I go so I can just free stitch. And this one, it makes it easy to like go out on the patio at lunch and just stitch a line because I know how many is in each box. So next one I worked on is It's Time for Halloween, and I don't have where this one came from, but I'm pretty sure it was from one of my Facebook groups, so if I have it, it's going right here. And this is the one that I restarted because I started in the middle and I started on the wrong color. You have seen it before though on this color because I worked on it in a previous one. So here's where it was last time you saw it, but I worked on it for a previous prompt And I didn't do a lot of stitching on it because the weekly prompts for fandom are like 200 stitches. So that's pretty much all I put into it. So added in some of that white. And yes, I do stitch. I feel like there was a name for it, but I stitch like reverse when I have a hoop versus when I have a Q-snap. And that's because somebody showed me this and said, you know, the reason they do it this way is because then when you go to pull your thread under the stitches there, you've got a flat surface to work with and you're not hitting up against the hoop. And I was just always like, oh, duh, that makes so much sense. And ever since I started doing this, I love it. And so this is the only way that I stitch in a hoop, is inside, reverse, I guess. I mean, who's to say that the first person who ever made an embroidery hoop didn't make it with this intent? I don't know. I wasn't alive back then. Was I? Okay, now I'm gonna have to go and Google. Somebody comment below, when was the first embroidery hoop? Because I'm curious. Yeah. Foot and mouth if I'm totally wrong. Anyway, moving on. Next whip I worked on made me so mad. So mad. So I did autumn Saltboxes, and I'm gonna do this one first, I believe. I think this is the one I decided on for my first autumn one. And this is where it was last time you saw it. So I'm still moving forward on that frame, and I'm still trying to get the frame done first. And I initially was using B5200 for the white. I love how bright it is. It looks great. But I ran out. And I picked up Blanc. And I tried to use that one. And that's where I found out just how different B5200 and Blanc are. So here's a photo. I don't know if you can see in there, but you can definitely tell the yellow undertones of Blanc. And I'm like, There's 170 stitches. And this linen is so frail that you have to pull out stitch by stitch. There's no seam ripping. Unless you want to rip the linen. It's pull out one by one. And I still haven't gotten more B5200. So this is where I am now after getting all of those stitches out there. You can see all the little itty bitty holes from pulling out the stitches. So I'm not done with the frame. I was so close to filling this on the inside. And so now I'm a little mad at it, but I need to keep going on it. So I'm gonna go get some B5200 and try to finish this darn frame. We'll see. And this is another grime guard that I made. Super simple to make, a lot easier than I thought. And this is kind of made out of scraps. So like I had 2 scraps of this one piece of fabric. So you can see I've got a seam here and then a seam right here. So this was like a, I don't know, 6-inch piece and then a 20-inch piece. And I was like, oh yeah, 26 inches. That's exactly what I need. Yay. So I pulled that together. It's a little tight because of the seam allowance, but I did my best. So yeah, I'm having fun with that. I also say a lot. My bad. We're human. Live with it. Okay. Did you see what I did there? I recognized I was gonna say and I turned it into an okay. My daughter does that when she realizes that she's talking to her dad instead of her mom. She goes, okay, thanks, my daddy. It's adorable. Sorry. It's late on a Wednesday. I'm a little tired. All good. You're here for it, right? You're here for it? Yeah, okay. Anyway, so next one I worked on was Welcome to the North Pole. Primrose Cottage Stitches, and this is the Sal for doing a part a month. That went out the window. I think the only person that I've seen finish it, or at least finish it recently, I feel like Emma from B&E Stitchery. If she didn't fully finish it, then she's at least done with this village. But I'm pretty sure I saw her finish on Instagram. So I'm not. I'm primarily working on, well, this is where I was last time you saw it. So this one has seen a lot of needle time as well. Getting some good work on that. And this is where I am. If I can use myself as a table or as a spreading board, that's where I am. And again, ran out of a B5200, so I could not keep going on those snowmen, but let me just do a little scroll up for you. So the first section is done, the second section is done except for a little bit of minor back stitching on those two presents. And then I'm working on my snowmen. And I've got a little bit on the elves down there because I just had to take that color and finish up the thread on that. So we're getting there. All I've got left after that is the entire other half because the snowman is only halfway. I knew that. It's all good. And this one is in a Gammy's Treasures bag that Stitched to my Laura, my StitchCon table mate, gave me last year. Still waiting to hear if I get into StitchCon. Yep, I'm one of those that I was working and I couldn't access the internet. And so I didn't get signed up until probably 6 or so, 7 hours after it opened. So I'm probably pretty far down on the wait list, but fingers crossed. Okay, next one is Biodiversity Matters, and this one is by Pixel Pixie Cross Stitch. Met her at StitchCon last year, and Christy's amazing. Christy's amazing. Tons of fun, great individual, and an awesome eye for patterns. So this is where I was last time you saw it. This is part of the Earth Day collaboration style that I participated in, and I started it as part of Stitch Mayhem this year, and this is where I am now. So I finally got that bug on there, and I still have this thread from the text because I paid a lot for the thread and I can't throw away the scraps. So that stays until I have another project for it, which I think I might have. So I'll be using that and then it'll go away. But I had to frog the blue, so I did like all of this blue teal color, and then ended up figuring out that I missed this little itty bitty stitch, one stitch, that one stair step stitch on the first line right there. So I had to go back and redo it. And I was like, well, I'm so tired of frogging, but I mean, I'm not the only one, so you live with it. You learn to live with it. Next one I worked on is Meet Me at Midnight, which is by Frizzy Lizzy Stitches, and this is for a friend of mine who is absolutely amazing, and I now have to like speed my way through this so that I can give it to her for Christmas. I really want to give it to her this year, and she is gonna flip out because she is a Taylor Swift fanatic. This is where it was last time you saw it, and I can't decide how to give it to her. Like, do I finish it? Like, fully finish it into something and give it to her? Or do I just give her the entire piece of linen and let her do what she wants with it? Hiccup. I haven't decided. I don't know. If you have suggestions, let me know. If I fully finish it, what should I fully finish it as? Should it be a bag? Should it be a flat fold? Should it be something she can hang up? I have no clue. But those domino are super fun. Super fun to do. And Bridge to the Museum Stitcher mentioned when she did the words that it was really hard to read them on the high count fabric. And she's right. I mean, I know that it says it's me high, but it really just looks like blurbs to you, don't it? Yeah. I don't know. There's not really a way to fix that, so I'll just have to show her and explain it to her, but she won't mind. So I'll get some other backstitching going once I get some time to really, you know, dive into this. I think it'll come together pretty quick. I mean, I think most of what I have is the dominoes. Like, that's the big part of it, is all the dominoes. So, and this is on a 40 count me-dyed linen. Okay. 1 whip and 3 starts left, y'all. Okay. Next one I worked on was the writing lesson, and this is part of the mini masterpiece series. I started this one as part of Mayhem. This is where it was last time you saw it. I kind of haven't touched it in, like, gosh, I must have touched it since May, but I don't remember when. And that was the point of that one. The prompt was to pick up something that you haven't worked on in a long time, and so that was what I did. And this is where I am now. So you can see I'm actually pretty close. You can see the mom here, and then the little girl's gonna show up right there. I love this one. I'm glad that this was one of the first mini masterpieces that I did, because this just makes me think of me and my daughter so much, especially because I'm brunette and she is more on the blonde side, so the little girl's gonna be blonde. And she's at the stage where she's learning to write, and I don't know, this just, it's very sentimental to me. It's me and Lou. Me and little Lou. Okay. Moving right along. So those are all of my WIPs. And I decided that wasn't enough, because I put them all onto a spin wheel and found out that I have 48 WIPs. Now I have 51. I cannot help it. So many good patterns. So many. I mean, you know, you're feeling the same thing. And so I decided to let's just do this. Okay. Do I really only have 3? Yes, I only have 3. Okay, so then I picked out this little pillow here. It's called Pumpkin Patch. Let's see, who's it by? I knew and then I forgot. Where are you? This one is by Barbie Locks of Twisted Willow Designs. And I'm probably gonna make it into that pillow as well. But I just used the opposite side, or the rest of, another portion of the linen that the Acorns is on. And that's as far as I got. I guess I'll just open it up so you can see the full effect there. So that's as far as I got. I got that house, got all the like pumpkin patch stuff. And I think I didn't have the color to do like the main tree that goes around there, and so I had to stop so I could go and pick that up. Working on the sun a little bit, I think is what I was doing there. Yeah. But this takes a lot of like precision. It's not, I thought it was going to be an easy, like, oh, just sort of like fill in is like easy. You don't have to think about it. You just run with it. Not so much. I had to frog like probably 40 stitches just in this little house, because I messed up in my counting. And it seems so easy. It's like, oh, that's so symmetrical. Why'd you have a problem with that? It's not as intuitive as you would think. And then you get to like these pumpkin patch, like there's a lot of things that it's just, there's more counting than you would have expected, or than I expected. And so it just took a little bit for me to get the hang of that, I guess. Next one that I started is the Squirrel by Maloka Designs. This was a free pattern that they had available on the Facebook group. Lemonade Stitches already has this one complete. She finished it and showed it off, and I think she did hers on like a pink background. Really pretty. I did not get much of a start on it because of course I didn't have the main color down in the start. In the corner that I chose to start at, yay me. And so I pulled out this blue, this like baby blue colored Ada that I dyed, and got my little start there in the corner with his feet and one of his legs right there. So yeah, little start, but it's moving right along. And then I got to start one of my unicorn patterns, y'all. So I bought Marianne Copp to start with Lauren, New Hampshire Stitcher for the back to school Sal. And it took me forever to start it. I just started it today. I know, I'm bad. I'm so bad with plans. What did I say? Make a plan. See what happens. And so I got started on this, and I don't want to put it down. Oh, I love stitching 40 count linen in hand. I love it. And I know that Alicia's probably going to be like dying in her seat right now. Like, what? 40 count in hand? What? But you're doing it. You're doing it just as well as I am. And so I got just a little itty bitty start right there on kind of the middle, that middle frame where her name is going to go. And so I got that going there. We'll see what I think about this fabric. So this is a fabric that I dyed with marigold and a little bit of brown in it. I like it, but we'll see how it goes with the colors. I feel like it's gonna work, I really do. But you never know. As Tiger Lily likes to say, this is one of my big girls. Well, this is kind of my only big girl, I guess, but I have a feeling, just based on the like 25 some odd stitches that I put into this thing, that I'm gonna get addicted to samplers real quick. And this is also in a Me Made bag. Love the combos on those. I have some more of this interior fabric, and I need to figure out what to do with it because it's absolutely adorable. Look at that. Look at all of that. Huh? So stinking cute. Okay. So that is all of my new starts. Got my WIPS, got my starts, got my finishes. Cool. All right, so what are my plans? So I want to get a start on the Schoolhouse Sal by the Black Needle Society because I've not actually started on that, even though I've got a large chunk of the patterns in my email. I make these plans and that's what happens, y'all. And then I'm gonna keep up with the Phantom stitching. I'm gonna do all of the colors and stuff, and then still do the weeklies as much as I can. I want to pull the greenhouse back out, so it's a good thing that that's like on the green fabric. I can definitely like pull that one out, no big deal. Wizard of Oz, addicted, absolutely addicted to that full coverage. So I want to keep working on that, but I also want to try to get down on my WIP. No, I don't. I want to work on some of the WIPs that I have. I don't want to get down on my WIP count, but I want to work on some of the WIPs that I have. And so I put all of them into a spin the wheel, like I mentioned, and I think I'm gonna aim to spin that once a week and work on whatever it pulls up, just as an extra stitch, because I've been finishing the weekly prompts by like Wednesday or Thursday, and then if I aim to do like 2 monthlies a week, then that still leaves me at least one more day when I have time to stitch, and so I'm going to spin the wheel for that one. Let's see. So those are my plans. The one thing that I wanted to share on my TBS list this week is it's called Bump in the Night by Prairie Schooler, and I love how primitive, I guess. Is primitive the right word? I don't know. It's got, Prairie Schooler has their own style, and so this is Prairie Schooler's style of Halloween. It's like creepy humorous a little. It's like not creepy. It's like Halloween humor. I don't know. whoever has stitched a prairie schooler or who has seen this pattern knows what I'm talking about. But that one has been on my TBS list for a while. Would like to start that one up, but I'm not really feeling fall, so that's not gonna happen. It's just gonna stay on my list for a while. Okay, so that is all the stitching. If that's what you're here for. That's it. But if you want, you can hang out. I've only got 3 more things to talk about. They're kind of fun. I mean, I think they're fun, so that's why I do them. So if you want to stay around and see what they are, feel free. Okay, so first off, I will show you one of Brian's pictures on the wall. So in honor of Halloween, I will show you the vampire one. Love this little garlic vampire. The garlic's just asking for directions. The vampire's just too scared. So there you go. Enjoy. Oh, hey, you're back. Sorry. I got into one of my books and I just couldn't stop. I don't have any that I've read recently that I want to recommend, but I'm currently reading quite a bit right now that I want to tell you about, because not only do I have the book club at my house, but I decided it would be a brainiac idea to join the book club at work. But then I'm also reading books on my own. And then another really big one came out. Y'all. Okay, chill out. Chill out, Tasha. It's all good. I have not been this excited about a release since Harry Potter. So anyway, so what am I reading right now currently? And yes, I am reading every single one of these right now. I am currently reading, first off, Seeds of Yesterday by V.C. Andrews. I'm working my way through the Dollenganger series, and love the writing style. The whole concept is like super creepy and a little icky a little bit, but I love the writing style. It's a good, what's the word? It's a good piece of literature. It's not, it's sort of a classic. I think that's the word I'm looking for, is a classic. It's like one of the classic stories, but hasn't been qualified as a classic. I don't know. V.C. Andrews is one of those. There are like thousands of books out by V.C. Andrews. She actually only wrote a few of them, and then her ghostwriter, Anthony something, has continued to write them since she passed, but she like had like 60 some odd pages of notes about books that she was going to write. And so he just basically went off of what she was planning to do and studied her writing for like years and years and years to be able to make it seem like a seamless throwback. But anyway, the one that I'm on at the moment is Seeds of Yesterday. And if you don't know anything about this series, it starts with flowers in the attic, and it's these 4 children are brought home to their mom's childhood home when their dad passes, and they're hidden away in a room that's connected to the attic because the grandfather can't know that they're alive, and so they're waiting for him to die so that then they can come down out of the room, and it's just what transpires the time that they spend up there. And then Seeds of Yesterday, I think, is the 4th. It's the 4th one I've read, but it's like the 3rd in the series because the 3rd one that I read was a prequel. Anyway, it's a really great series. Check it out. Then I am reading All the Light We Cannot See, which is a reread for me. I already read it about a year and a half ago, but the company is doing one as part of the book club, and I have to reread it because it was so good. It was such a good book. I remember so much of it from the first time that I read it, and it's been a year and a half, so worth it. Definitely worth it. Set in World War II, and it's like focused on radios, and the main character is just this young child, super inquisitive, super smart. I don't want to give too much away. It's a really good read. It's a tearjerker. I was definitely crying at various parts of it. Worth the read. The next one I'm reading, and I'm only like 10 pages into it because I just got it, is Lessons in Chemistry. And this one we're reading with the book club that meets here at this house. We pick our books in advance, and we like to get ones that are available at the library. This one was not, but we all wanted to read it so bad that we all went out and bought our own. And so I'm getting into this one, and I mean, it's just as easy of a read as they say it is. I don't actually even know what it's about, so I don't like to read book jackets ahead of time to know what it's about. I prefer to just read the book and find out. So I have no clue, zero clue what this is supposed to be about. And I know you're probably gonna say, what? You don't read to figure out if you even want to read it? No, I would much rather experience the story as it happens than in the summary. I'll go back afterwards and read the summary and then like decide based on what I've read, like how well it was interpreted and such. And I don't know, I'm weird. You should know this by now. Flosstube 15, y'all. Where you been? Just kidding. The other one that we're reading for work, I've never even heard of. It's called A Deadly Education. It's apparently part of a series. It's lesson 1 of the School of Ants. And all I know is that this one is about a magic school. That's all I know. If you've read it, what do you think? Let me know below. I'm also a little bit of a... Okay. We've already established that I'm a dork. Why am I telling you I'm a little bit of a dork? I'm a lot of bit of a dork. I went ahead and got book number 2 from my library. So I'm ready for when I finish it. Oh my goodness. The second book that we're reading for my home book club is our December book, and we'll talk about this one in January. It's called The Christmas Bookshop, and all I know is that it's a Christmas love story. That's all I know. If you've read it, let me know your review. I will let you know what it ends up being about. We'll see. But the thing I'm most excited about, the thing I absolutely freaked out about, because my friend brought it over to me last night. She surprised me with a copy because I was just gonna wait until the library had it available, and I was gonna read it, and the library had it available. Even though there's 400 copies or 400 holds ahead of mine, I was gonna wait. I was gonna be patient. But she brought it over, and I about flipped out. And she just said, "Merry Christmas," and hands it to me and drives off. And I was like, what? I'm sure by now you all know what I'm talking about. Ooh, Iron Flame came out. You guys. Oh my goodness. Look at it, 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 and love it. Look at it and love it. Y'all, look at this. Check that out. It's so pretty. I don't want to bend the binding. Oh my gosh, it's so stinking pretty. Okay, so if you have not jumped on the Fourth Wing bandwagon, let me just give you a little background here. I read The Fourth Wing back in May because it was recommended by the Fun Size reader, and then raved about it all over my Flosstube. Then Michelle Bendy Stitchy picked it up, loved it. Then Julie Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World picked it up, loved it. Michelle Chinook Crafter got it. Next thing, I think Anna Books and Stitches got it, and I'm seeing it on every single Flosstube, and I'm just like, these are my people. But I still have a chat going with Julie And we were both just waiting and waiting and waiting for that to come out. And I am so excited. So excited. I might have listened to The Fourth Wing a couple times. Just a couple. I might have also got The Fourth Wing from the library so that I could reread it after I read Iron Flame. I'm a nerd. It is what it is. Okay, that's enough about books. And my last thing that I want to, well, not quite enough about books, because the last part that I want to talk about is my language part. And I decided that my phrase this week is I like to read. And so in Spanish, that's the easier one for me because I took more Spanish than the others. In Spanish, I like to read is me gusta leer. In French, I like to read is, I'm going to say this wrong. I'm going to get the accent wrong. J'aime lire. J'aime lire. I'm going to put it down here so you can see what it looks like. And all of those who actually have a really good French inflection will be able to say it for you. J'aime lire, I believe. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, and then in sign language, I like, so these two fingers, like to read. So read, you've got your palm, two fingers to read. So I like to read. And I was reading that, or I was watching that people often confuse dance with read, and it just dance, read. It all has to do with like the way that you, or the orientation is the word. Yeah, so I like to read. You can do I like to read books, whatever. But yeah, so there's that. If you stuck around this long, thanks. So glad you're here. I'm so glad you hung out with me. I really appreciate it. I know this was a long one. We're already at 53 and that's without editing. So yeah, I just want to say thank you. I love getting to hang out with everybody, putting these updates on. I'm not going to aim for 2 weeks because obviously that doesn't happen for me. I'm going to aim for what feels right and what has, what gives time. I know I said I'd do life updates, but there's not really any. Brian's going to London to play D&D in a castle. When he gets back, we're going to go to LARP down in Tennessee. And then after that is Thanksgiving. I haven't really been doing a whole lot, just working and stitching, and now I'm going to be reading like crazy. So yeah, life is life. Gotta love it. I'm not going to end on an I can't. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week. I hope that you have a weekend full of stitchy goodness. And if I don't see you before Thanksgiving, I hope that it is calm, relaxing, and filled with love and stitching. Yeah. Have a good one, guys. Later.